Hey guys, today we are going to be cleaning, decluttering, and organizing all throughout my home. Organizing in the pantry, organizing in the freezer, the refrigerator, and doing some more back to school prep and kitchen organization. I'll also be doing some deep cleaning, sharing some breakfast meal prep for early school mornings, as well as my 6 a.m. productive morning routine. All right, so let's do this. I was ready to start out my day and get things done. If you are new, I am Jamie. Obviously, I'm Jamie and I am glad you're here. We have so much to do over the next couple of days. I'll be cleaning, a lot of decluttering, and a lot of organizing. And I also wanted to share my 6 a.m. productive morning routine because I've had a lot of requests for that. So I'll be sharing some hacks that I use to kind of get myself hyped up to get up early. And hopefully I can make it a little bit easier for you to get up earlier before you have to, just to get some things done. But thank you for being here. And I just want you to know that this community means the world to me. You matter. You can take whatever is thrown at you today. You are stronger than you think you are. And I'm always here for you. So thanks for being here with me. I recently got this lavender pillow spray because I've been having trouble sleeping at night and I'm trying to make my room as relaxing as possible. Even though I'm not going to bed for a while, I still sprayed it on my bed so everything would smell like lavender when I got into it later in the night. We had a stain on our carpet. Our dog went to the bathroom on the carpet a few days before. We had cleaned it up with like a spray cleaner, but the stains didn't come up. So she had gotten scared from a storm that we had in the middle of the night. So I busted out my lightweight Hoover carpet cleaner. It'll be linked down below to clean the stain and give it a really good deep cleaning. I'm also going to share with you guys how I clean out that carpet cleaner after I'm done, just because they get really gross. Like I said earlier, this community means so much to me. I don't look at this like I'm just making videos. I truly care about who you guys are as people and how you're doing. So with that being said, how are you doing? I've been getting a lot of messages lately, more so than normal, about how you guys are going through so much, struggling with a lot, everything. There's just so much going on in the world. A lot of you are dealing with anxiety and depression, and I just wish there was a way I could help you all, be that friend that you need, be your listening ear. You can always message me, but I also wanted to share another resource with you, and that is BetterHelp. So BetterHelp had reached out and to work with me, and after taking a look, I knew that this was something I really wanted to share because I truly believe that you guys can use this resource and it can help so many of you. To thank BetterHelp for sponsoring this video, and to kind of lead into what BetterHelp is, I guess I'll start out asking you guys, is there something interfering with your happiness, or is there anything that's preventing you from achieving any goals that you have? I know personally for me, the weight of trying to keep everything going, everything moving, and all of the responsibilities that I have as a mom of 3 young kids really starts to weigh on me day in and day out. It's actually been affecting my sleep at night. So what BetterHelp does is it assesses your needs and matches you with your own licensed professional therapist. You can start communicating within 48 hours, so it's pretty quick. It's not a crisis line. It is not self-help. It is a professional counseling that is done securely online, which I like because, you're in the comfort of your own home, and it just makes you feel more comfortable sharing maybe insecurities. There is a broad range of expertise in BetterHelp's 15,000 plus counselor network, which may not be locally available in your area, so you definitely want to check that out. The service is also available for people worldwide, so I thought that was really cool because I know I have a more, worldwide type of audience. You can log on to your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. So if you're like me and you're having, your thoughts racing in the middle of the night, I just like how you can get help or just have someone to talk to in the middle of the night. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, what's really cool is you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions, so you won't ever have to sit, in an uncomfortable waiting room. You won't have to be nervous. Again, you're comfortable being in your own space, your own home. I think there's something really freeing, and personally I'm more likely to open up if I can be in the comfort of my own home. But BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if you need to. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is also available, which I thought was huge and really cool. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today, so visit betterhelp.com/Jamie. That's better, HELP, and join the over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. And all of you that are here for Jamie's journey, you get 10% off of your first month at betterhelp.com/Jamie. All of the details in the link will be in the description. We'll get to that later. Why am I not like her? A bit more why must the curtains come down? Softness now. Why is it hard on my own? Why is it hard on my own? Then I came downstairs, and my goal down here is just to pick things up before I decluttered and organized the freezer, the refrigerator, and pantry. I also had some new snacks, like lunch snacks, after school snacks, an order that I had gotten in from Thrive Market that I wanted to organize, and all of those places. And I feel like sometimes, specifically with the freezer, because it's so small, I kind of lose food in the back. I know that sounds crazy, but I'll go in there. I like to go in periodically and reorganize and figure out what's in the back of the freezer so I can make sure I use that up. And I actually found some ground turkey that I didn't know was in there, and I ended up making turkey tacos the next day. This is something that I haven't done for my freezer, but I do it all of the time with my refrigerator shelving when they're really gross and dirty and need a good deep clean. I run some hot water in the bathtub, a clean bathtub. I pour some Dawn dish soap, and then I take the shelves from the fridge, or in this case, the freezer, just the bins that I use to organize in the freezer, and some of the shelves on the door, and I just let them soak. And I know it's just, it's like a simple way, a quick and easy way to give them a good deep cleaning, and they always come out sparkling clean, especially those glass shelves. You do want to, if you do it with your refrigerator, make sure you let the shelves come to room temperature for a little bit, just because you don't want the glass to shatter. And I always make sure the tub is clean before I do this. But while they were soaking, I went back downstairs for a few minutes to quickly wipe out the freezer. And I had first started wiping out the freezer with the Aunt Fanny's cleaning vinegar spray, because that's what I use. Like, I was just thinking, okay, cleaning out the refrigerator, this is what I use. But in the freezer, you spray a liquid spray, and then it just like instantly freezes. So I ended up just going and wetting my rag with some like lukewarm to hot water and just wiping everything out. I mean, the freezer wasn't too bad, but I was trying to move as quick as I could because it's the freezer, and I had ice cream specifically that I knew would start melting. So I was moving as fast as I could. I got these organizers from the Container Store, and they are the medium size. I will have them linked in the description, and they are just the perfect way to organize that side-by-side freezer, which, for the record, I hate. But I try to put things in categories so I don't lose food in the freezer. But going back to talking about therapy, it just made me think that I wish I had known about something like this when I was going through infertility and IVF and all of that. It was definitely one of the hardest times of my life. And I just remember having so much running through my head because, like, with infertility, you can't just try to get your mind off of it. You have to count, you have to know what cycle day it is, especially when you're taking medication, or with IVF, so much medication. Like, you have to know precisely what day is it, what's going on with your body. And there's just so much, like, you can't just forget about things. And then it's frustrating, like, when you go through IVF and you're dumping all of this money and time and effort, and you have bruises from the shots, and it doesn't work, because that happened to us the first transfer. And it just can end up being a lot. And of course, I had plenty of friends and family that I could talk to, but sometimes you just almost want someone who is completely neutral, like not too invested in your situation. And it just would have been nice to have somebody to talk to, just because I know that with me, it was just a lot going on in my head. But that's why I think the biggest reason why I turned to YouTube. So when I started my channel, I did cleaning videos, but I also talked about the process of infertility and what I was going through. And for me, looking back, I think it was something that was an outlet. It was very therapeutic for me. But either way, I wish BetterHelp was something that I did have access to back then. So in my first back to school video, I had created little snack bins, one in the fridge, one in the pantry, just to have healthy prepared snacks for Avery when she comes home from school, or to pack lunches. So I'll show more about that here in a minute, but don't forget, I'm going to be sharing my 6 a.m. productive morning routine. You know, as we're talking about going back to school, trying to stay on top of our games, schoolwork, homework, packing lunches, there's just always so much to remember. Activities are starting back up. We have soccer and ice skating, so a lot more to remember. And I've kind of altered my routines a little bit, and that's just something that I wanted to share with you and share with you how I attempt to stay on top of my game and get as much done as I can each day. So I was reorganizing the pantry a little bit, mainly because I had just gotten a new order in from Thrive Market. I wanted to stock up on some cereal and healthy snacks for the girls. And so since that came in and I was doing other decluttering and organizing, I was just doing it all here. And here again, I think presentation makes a big difference. Avery seems to be more likely to grab a healthier snack when it's just like all laid out like this. I think she's like her mom and she likes organization. It's visually pleasing for her. But I notice that when it's organized, she's more likely to grab it versus asking for like M&Ms or ice cream. I showed this in a recent video, but I created snack bins for Avery, one here in the fridge, and I'll switch things out. Like I didn't have these in there last week, so I'll kind of switch it out. When she gets back from school, she knows she can choose anything from this bin. And I also have one in the pantry, but I got these from Thrive Market that I'm also going to throw in there. And I haven't tried them yet, but I'm really curious. Dark chocolate peanut butter sounds pretty good. But then I have this one right here. So I just restocked it. But yeah, I thought this would be perfect for her, depending on what type of snack she wants, as well as it's kind of like ready to grab food for lunches because she prefers to pack her lunches. So I think it just makes it easy on everyone to have these bins right there, ready to grab. And I find specifically with this type of stuff, like the veggies and the dip, just having it ready to go, she's much more likely to eat healthier when it's here ready to grab. These two drawers always become a disaster. You can obviously see that one of the big drawers is kind of Avery's drawer, and it just fills up with junk. I don't know if it's just my kid, but do your kids just accumulate junk? It's like, where does it come from? I don't know. So periodically I go in here and I just get rid of stuff, declutter and get rid of stuff. Both of these are kind of catch-all. I don't want to say junk drawers, but like they're not drawers that hold anything specific. They are more like, one drawer is for Avery, one drawer is for like tablets and cords and stuff like that. So I mean, I don't stress out too much. I mean, I could organize these a little bit more, but like the thing is we always have, it's not like it's like the same items, you know, all of the time. It's kind of like two big junk drawers. You know, the twins have their toys in their baskets, and Avery has like older toys, like toys that are not for the twins that I know she doesn't want in the toys in the living room in the baskets. So I kind of let her have this drawer, but it's funny because I come in here and get rid of about 95% of the stuff in here and she doesn't even notice. So it's very freeing for me to do this every now and then. So we clearly have too many cords. Am I the only one? Do you guys have a lot of cords like we do? How do you organize them? This would be the place we would keep the cords. So let me know how you guys organize all of these. But we actually ended up getting rid of a lot. I pulled Mike aside after I was done pulling everything out. And I'm like, all right, we need to go through these cords. If we don't know what it goes to, we're getting rid of it. So we were able to get rid of a lot. And then I took little rubber bands and I wrap them around each cord. It's not the most perfect system, but it definitely keeps them from getting tangled up. And then like I find that, so we have one cord, you know, like let's say we have 5 iPhone cords in here. Okay, so if they're all wrapped up, even if we only keep 2 that aren't wrapped up, we're more likely to keep using those same ones over and over and they don't get all tangled up. So right now, rubber bands are doing the trick for us.
Every night I feel I'm stuck in reverse somehow, but it ain't no one's fault that I am stuck here. No one to blame this on, feeling so hopeless. I keep on pouring salt on my wounds when I shouldn't stay.
I was able to clear this all out, ready to go, empty for the school year. This is where we keep like lunch menu, or if Ava brings homework on Monday but it's not due until Friday, we like having a place for it to go, a home, so we don't lose it, so you know, a 2-year-old doesn't grab it, all of that. So this is kind of like our command center for Avery's school. So this is something that I shared in my last back to school video, but it is a memory box, memory tub of all, or I guess preschool through 12th grade. So it has everything that you want to save for your kids each school year. I just made them for the twins, even though they're not even in preschool yet, but it's ready to go. So Avery has been in kindergarten, just started 1st grade, so it's just kindergarten, which is what has been used. So we already have a ton of stuff. I just have a few papers here of things that like she created recently, like things that I want to save. How precious is all of it? If you guys want to see that video, I will have it linked down below, part 1 of my back to school organization, but I can tuck this all in here and have it neat and organized, and we're talking 12 years of organization all in this bin. Day 2, continuing on doing some more cleaning to finally round out a couple of days of a house desperately needed to be cleaned up. Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Lydia. Hi Lydia, thank you so much for watching. So this day I was pretty much just dusting, vacuuming, and mopping. I had laundry I wanted to do, cleaning the girls' bathroom. So just doing some speed cleaning during nap time. And I'm thinking by the time you have seen this, I've already decorated for fall, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm like kind of losing my mind over all of these dates. Maybe that'll be up on Sunday's video, fall clean and decorate with me. I don't know. I just know that I want everything to be up by September 1st. And I said this in another video, and a lot of you guys probably already know this, but I'm not like a big decorator. I only decorate for fall, Christmas, and then after Christmas, I put up my like quote unquote everyday decor. So from January until August or September, I leave up the same decor. And Christmas, like I know everyone gets all hyped up about Christmas, but I don't. I mean, I love the holiday season, but it's not like I'm obsessed with it. And I am so ready to take it down on December 26th. I actually get over Christmas decorations to where fall, I don't get over it. Like I'm sad to take fall decorations down, but Christmas, I cannot wait to get that stuff out of here. So fall is my season. Fall is my decorating season. I love it. So I want it up for about 3 months. So I wanted it to be up by September 1st, even though here in Northwest Ohio, it is still warm. It'll be pretty warm through September. It starts to cool down in October for us. Like I feel like October is the transitional month for us. So like we'll start out October and sometimes you can wear jeans and a t-shirt sometimes, or maybe jeans and a sweatshirt. But then usually by Halloween, I mean, we are in sweatshirts, sweatpants. I mean, there's been times where on Halloween we had a space heater, on our front porch. There's been times it snowed on Halloween. So October is the big transitional month as far as fall, but either way, I want the stuff up by September 1st.
Some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight. Didn't follow my dreams, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right?
At this point, I was just quickly wiping down the girls' bathroom. I was using Clorox wipes for the vanity, which is what I use when I just wanted to quickly get it done. And then I was using my DIY cleaner that is 1 part rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol, 1 part water, and then about a fingernail size of Dawn dish soap to clean out the bathtub. And then I was going to go downstairs and meal prep some breakfast sandwiches. Avery is not the biggest breakfast eater. I'm always trying to get her to try new things, eat a little bit more in the morning. She could survive off of a granola bar and some Greek yogurt. I always make sure I get the Greek so she gets some added protein, which honestly is good enough. I mean, I'm not that worried about her. But I do like to try new things because, hey, you never know what she could end up loving. So I made these breakfast sandwiches for her, and I ended up making them right before dinner. And the girls, all 3 girls, wanted to try them, and they ate them for dinner. So they were a hit.
Trying to find some balance in my life, but I never really put up a fight. Didn't follow my dreams, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say.
But you can honestly use whatever. That's like breakfast. I like a lot of like breakfast bakes or sandwiches. You can literally throw whatever you want in them, but I used sweet Hawaiian rolls. I did cut them up separately before putting them in the pan. I layered them with egg, ham, and then cheese. I think the actual recipe called for spinach. You could add bacon, sausage, but I was like, my best bet for Avery is to keep it pretty simple. And I was happy with, you know, the protein from the egg and the ham, and the cheese. So they were a hit. And I will, like I said, have the recipe in the description. But I actually have to run to a soccer meeting for Avery, so I'm gonna head out. But I think how I'm gonna edit this video, I do want to put in parts of my morning routine, so I'll probably save it for the end of the video. That way if someone's not interested in a morning routine, they don't have to watch it. But I'm assuming at this point that's what you'll see next, unless I do something else tonight that I film, but it's not likely. Okay, so for my morning routine or a productive morning routine for me actually starts the night before. So before I go to bed and veg out, watch TV, I look over my day for the next day. So I sit down with my planner, I sit down with my to-do list, and I write out my daily to-do list on a little notepad so I know what I'm doing. The minute I wake up, I already know what I'm doing. I hate waking up in the morning and I'm like, what's going on? What do I have to do? And I just feel disoriented when I don't know. So then I typically go to bed around 10 or 10:30. I have to force myself to go to bed. It's not what I want to do, but I need my sleep. And to me, the success of being productive the next day and also wanting to getting up the next day successfully starts with going to bed at a good time. So here's a little tip. When you hear 6 a.m. morning routine, I don't want you to feel like you have to get up at 6 a.m. every day. I mean, unless of course you have to. But like for us, Avery doesn't get on the bus until 8:45 in the morning. She gets dressed herself. She eats breakfast herself. So, I mean, I don't have to get up at 6 a.m. every day, so I don't. I usually strive for at least 2 times a week, 3 times if it's a busy week, just so I can get stuff done. And this part is so important for me. So I don't strive every morning, so don't say like, oh, I have to get up at 5 a.m. every morning to get stuff done. Strive for 1 day a week, strive for 2. So I also wear my workout clothes to bed. So that way I'm already in like my warm clothes. I go downstairs, make my coffee, and then I empty the dishwasher while my coffee is brewing. I also, just as I'm sipping my coffee, I'll sit down and kind of look over my day. This all takes about a half an hour, going over that to-do list and scrolling through social media, just getting a little bit of time for myself, like quiet time before the crazy day starts. And I find that just having 10 minutes of quiet time and time for me to think before my kids demand my attention makes such a huge difference. So I do that, then I go upstairs, get ready, go to work out, and I try to get all of this done. Luckily, I'm not rushed because the twins sleep until 8 o'clock or so it's not like I have to be that rushed. And like I said, Avery's getting dressed by herself. As long as we set her up for success the night before, she's good to go. I am such a big proponent of working out at home because for me, then there's no excuse. I can work out in my big sweats, my warm sweats in the wintertime. I can work out during nap time. I can work out after the kids go to bed. So I like working out at home. I know some people need the accountability of going to a gym, but I just like working out from home. So I worked out and then I go upstairs, I shower, and then I eat my breakfast sandwich and have another cup of coffee. I will have this breakfast sandwich, like the recipe linked below. It's a low carb breakfast sandwich. It's so good, so much flavor in that bread. But while I'm doing all of this, Avery had already gotten up. She gets up by herself before the twins. She gets dressed right away because we have it all set out. She comes downstairs, and the night before, we pack her lunch, we set her breakfast out, and she knows exactly to go grab her breakfast. So there again, making sure her clothes are set out the night before, making sure her breakfast is right there. She can do all of that herself and be independent, and it just makes things easier on me. And then usually at this point, since Mike's still working from home, he got the twins up, got them dressed, brought them down. And by this point, I was finishing up eating. I got the twins' breakfast going. And then I was just kind of sitting there thinking over my day and ready to go. It was only 8 o'clock. So if you guys would like to see me go into more detail, maybe for a routine, let me know down below.